Diddle hodly heddly doodly, y'all. My name is Stumpy.
My name is Cole.
And avid listeners of the Poddy C touching baseless here today will notice we've got on 2 American guests in a row. Now, unfortunately for us, there's only one American accent, and that is this one.
Yeehaw!
So we're gonna have to make do. We have got Retals alongside us for this 20th episode. How are you doodling?
I'm doodling pretty good. How about you?
I'm doodling well, mate. Cole, you doodling?
I'm doodling. I'm just doodling. Well or badly, does it matter?
Cool. Can you draw, Retals? Can you draw? Can you doodle?
Absolutely not.
Oh, me either. I was sort of hoping you could.
Yeah. If you want to draw us a little picture, we'll put it with the tweet and say,
yeah.
Retals, draw us this picture of
loading up paint.
himself winning the RLCS. Yes! Put something in our Discord. We'll tweet alongside it.
That has just shown me the generation gap here, because I was thinking, get your crayons out, right? And Retals immediately went to paint.
Would you
Like,
really
it's
think
computer
crayons
versus crayons.
Would you really think crayons over paint?
Just then, I was literally about to say, like, oh yeah, have you got any crayons on you?
Mate, that's odd. I'd go paint. I'm older than
Really?
you.
I'm very invested in this
Did you
picture
not have
right
a
now.
computer for the first 10 years or something?
I remember the first computer we had. Sorry, Retals, we'll get to you in a bit. The first computer I had was bought from a shop called Toys R Us. That's the thing in America, right? Toys R Us. That's also about. He's really invested in this picture. I respect it.
Oh no, I'm going in.
Yeah, so cool. So the PC that we first bought, it was my dad bought it from Toys R Us. It was like £1,000 or something.
Oh my god!
And it was in a beige box, and it must have been 2004 or whatever.
Yeah.
And we played F1 games on that, and it was like real life.
I was going to say, I bet it looked absolutely incredible.
It was amazing. How's your drawing coming along, Retals?
It's really good. I got Scrub Kill in it. I'm ready.
Oh my god!
What are you drawing about Scrub Killer?
No, you just gotta wait.
You're not
I'm
like
excited.
hurting him, are you?
No, of course
That'd
not.
be a bit harsh.
But obviously we have Retals on. He's doing a little drawing. Now are we nearly done with the drawing?
Almost done. Give me like 30 seconds.
Okay.
We forgot something. The one thing Retals takes more seriously than Rocket League is paint photos or paint drawings of
That's a
Scrub
really
Killer.
good point.
Yeah, we've made a
Shit,
mistake there.
Cole, how was your day, mate? Was that alright?
Yeah, it's really good. I had a bit of a day off today. I'm playing Rocket League at the moment, and I'm feeling in good form. I was doing
good man.
some, like, you know when you hit it and then you air roll, and then after it bounces, you sort of catch it right on the nose of your Octane, and it sort of pushes it towards the mid. I got a couple of hits like that. I was well fucking chuffed.
All right, I'm done.
Oh, fuck it.
Awesome.
Okay. What's it? Are you sending it in the chat?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this.
This is gonna be like he did such like an artistic like enter press. It's like
Perfect.
And like lift the hand up for some finesse. So
That
the
is
picture
so
of,
good.
It's like Retals has got a DS4, and I think Scrub has like the old like PS3 like prototype boomerang controller.
He's got a Formula 1 car steering wheel, is what Scrub's got.
And it says 4 Retals, Scrub nil, and then Scrub saying so lucky and looking sort of sad, I guess.
Very
He looks
distraught.
confused.
Yeah.
The winner here, though, is us, because now we get to tag Scrub Killer when we put this tweet out.
Oh my god.
So we've just got way more clickbait.
Can't
The
wait.
SEO is mad. So Retals, the first question that I've got for you, mate, as part of this podcast, we're already about 5 minutes in,
Here we are.
is how was school, mate? Did that cute girl that you told me about actually noticed you yet?
Dude, I hate school. It's so bad. I just want to play Rocket League all day.
So you said you were thinking of doing online school, right, next year?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it just so I can have more time to focus on Rocket League.
I'm guessing the better you do in Rocket League, the
Yeah.
more realistic that decision is. Because when we asked questions to ask you on Twitter, a few people were saying that your parents weren't necessarily that into the idea of you sort of chasing this weird esports thing right away.
So basically the story is I played soccer really competitively, and I tore my hamstring about 2 years ago probably.
Ouch.
And I was out for like 6 months, so it was really bad.
I've done that once. It's horrible. It just lingers, doesn't it?
yeah.
You think it's cured, and then you turn around one day too quickly, and it just pulls again.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And so I had already played Rocket League before that. I was probably super champ back in the days, and I was like champ 3. But so I had a lot more time to play Rocket League, obviously. Wasn't practicing soccer, going to games out of state. And I got really good. I started playing, I switched to PC during Christmas. It was my Christmas present for around my 13th birthday, I think.
Oh my
And
god.
they kind of,
God, it's sick,
okay, hold
isn't
on. They kind of, my parents were kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's fun, but like once you're healed, you're going back to soccer, right? And I was kind of bored of it then, and I was getting really into Rocket League, and they didn't really think of it as too much until I won the Mocket 4K 1v1, and I won $2,000 from that, and they're like, $2,000, like real money? Like that's real? And then since then, they've gone to like all the events with me. They've supported me through everything, so I'm really happy about it.
I mean, they were amazing at Dreamhack.
Oh, yeah.
Where they were like in the front row, going, quite frankly, fucking mental. Like taking pictures. They seem to like be as enthusiastic about everything as you are about Rocket League. Like, do they share your enthusiasm now with the game a little bit more?
Oh yeah, my mom. Every time I come home from school or something, she'll bring up her phone and it'll be like, "Did you see what happened in Europe today? Did you see like Reciprocity got first seed and like stuff like that?" So they love it.
I'm really glad to hear that. Like, when I was thinking about going full-time with streaming, and Stumpy, I think you were the same, my friends and my family were really pushing me to do it. Like, there was a point where either I was pretty much going to do it this one day because I had, like, a meeting with my boss, or I just wasn't going to. I was going to bottle it, I was going to stay at my job forever, and they pushed me to do it. And it seems that you've got, you know, family that are pushing you the same way, which is ideal. I'm so happy to hear it.
Me too. That's good.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that, which is a
Sadly,
massive shame.
yeah.
Yeah, but so far though, it seems to have paid off. You guys have come second in NA, so congratulations.
Thank you.
After a very disappointing third in league play.
A rough week 5.
Christ, man. Well, firstly, did you ever think that you might not make LAN after that game happened?
So after that game, we were in a pretty bad spot. We were kind of rough mental wise. We had a little bit, not like too big of arguments, but like some differences on how we wanted to play regionals, like what play style we wanted to play with, but it ended up working. We played well, and we got second. We're happy with it. NRG's really fucking good, so we're not too upset about losing to them.
Was it a bit scary seeing that you're going to be up against two teams that you had lost to in league play? Like, you basically had the 3 teams that you'd lost to in total, like, that were on your path.
Yeah, so our Ghost lost. I kind of do blame it on rookie season, first game of the season, like, just nervous. Like,
yeah.
I was more nervous for that game than I was for Game 7 Grand Finals at Montreal. Like, RLCS just means everything, so, like, it was definitely nerve-wracking in league play, but once we got to regionals, we knew that we had a really good chance to beat them.
Do you sort of miss the underdog status? Because obviously Dreamhack, we're going to chat about that a little bit. No one expected really the Peeps to go as far as you did to go and win it all. Obviously, if anyone said that day one, people would have assumed they were kidding, right? Yeah. How much of an advantage was that compared to the RLCS? When suddenly the question isn't are these guys going to do well? It's, are they a flash in the pan? Was it their one chance to do well and they've taken it, or actually can they sort of keep this level of quality up?
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're coming in as the underdog. When we went to Montreal, we were like, hey, let's make day 2. Like, we're happy with that. Let's just get where we're expected to go.
You did, to be fair.
You did it. Like, fair play.
And now like reading Reddit and everything, like, yeah, I expect like NRG, PK, Vitality, and
Reciprocity?
Rec to be like the top 4 teams at LAN. Like, that's just crazy. Like 3 months ago, we were like the lowest tier RLCS team. So
I mean, so we haven't really had much of a chance to watch much RLRS. Normally we're busy doing something. I've not personally seen RLRS for a long time, and I've not seen any NA RLRS for, I don't think, really ever, to be honest.
Do you not watch all of NA RLRS? You're shit, mate.
Unfortunately not, mate.
I watch it all, mate. So you're the bad one.
I know. Cole, I tell you what, Cole, you can answer this question then.
Yeah,
what exactly was Retals' season like just before the RLCS, Cole? What was happening there?
We got promoted.
Cool, Retals, can you expand on that at all?
Okay, so last game of league play, we have to win to make top 2. We go down 2-0 in the series and 2-0 in the game with a minute and a half left.
Oh my god.
Against the lowest team in RS.
And presumably you come back and reverse sweep them.
Yeah, reverse sweep. We scored with like 15 seconds left in game 3 and then just smacked them game 4, and then game 5 was 1 goal. But it was a fun season. Arsenal was fun to team with. He's a funny guy. When he left and we had no idea what to do after that, that was a bit rough, but ended up being able to poach miss from birds and bees, so that was good.
We're around 3 months away from your anniversary now with Gyro then.
Oh, my, yeah.
Yeah, which is very sweet.
February.
What has it been like, obviously, being with him for the last while, really? And are you guys planning on maybe team housing anytime soon?
So Gyro is probably the best teammate I could ask for. He had multiple opportunities to leave me for a different RLCS team, such as Ghost offered him a tryout this season when it was just me and him, and if he had left, I wouldn't be with an RLCS team.
Yeah.
Also, Splice tried to pull a Casio on me. Karma and Jwiz tried to recruit Gyro.
Oh. Hey, I still think Casio is the cleverest person in EU.
I do too.
We're
No,
team Casio,
I respect it.
We respect him a lot for how 400 IQ he was without even, I don't even think he realised, because he just did everything perfectly and it all just sort of slotted into place. I wouldn't even be mad if that was against me.
But then, so Gyro didn't do that. He stuck with you.
Joe
He stuck
did
with
not.
little old Retals, gave you a chance.
He did.
You've popped off. You have become a figure that everyone talks about on Reddit and the like. Do you love that, being the bad guy, or is it like, do you wish you were beloved a little bit more?
I do, like, it's fun being like the enemy kinda for most of these teams, because everyone's a G2 or C9 supporter, and knocking those two teams out of RLCS was like the best feeling, because I just loaded up Reddit the next morning, clicked in to the RL Esports subreddit, and just hundreds of messages just absolutely roasting the shit out of me. It was awesome. I loved it.
I feel like that is giving somebody so much ammunition. Like when something like that happens and you see it all unfold and you see that it ends up being Cloud9 G2 in the bottom two teams, is there a part of you that thinks, I can just tear Twitter the fuck up today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so fun, especially being like the underdog and not expected to really do anything in RLCS, and then just beating their two favorite teams and knocking them out of the land spots. Like, oh, it felt so good.
So I was gonna ask about your. I think a lot of people know about your online personality and the fact that you are sort of banterous, jokey, toxic, that kind of thing. Like, it's all very fun and whatever. Some people think it's a bit further, which they're sort of being pussies. But then other people are like, you know what, it's quite fun. I wanted to know what you're genuinely like in person. Like, around your mates, are you also sort of a toxic, sort of jokey person, you jab fun at people? Or are you much nicer and sort of much more easy to get along with? Like, Scrub is a toxic little shit online.
Yeah.
But in real life, he's the sweetest little kid, right?
That's because he's scared of you, mate. He's mean to me. He's not scared of me. You're about 10 feet tall. You'd pummel him to the ground.
There was one of the sweetest things was when we were in Leipzig and Scrub wanted to know the results of one of the games that was happening, and he came up behind me and he literally tapped me on the back and went, Stumpy. I was like,
Of course
all right.
you did.
And I was like, wait, what are you doing? You could call me a prick and I'd have nothing to do. I could do nothing to you. So yeah, are you like more of a sweet person in real life compared to online, would you say?
So I'm definitely still like the joking, kind of toxic, like just poking fun, making somewhat offensive jokes like all the time. I definitely do that in person. A little bit toned down though, not as much as I do online.
When you and Gyro were coming up, did you always know that if you did make it, if you somehow beat all the odds and made it into the RLCS and won a Dreamhack, that you were going to be this controversial figure, or did you sort of fall into that naturally?
I kind of fell into it after a promotion relegation. I had an interview, and I accidentally called Classics and Crypto-G shit.
You literally said shit.
Like, okay, not shit, because I definitely wouldn't have been able to say that, but I accidentally on purpose called them really slow, and they didn't deserve to be in RLCS.
Not Classics. We love Classics. Like, he's just fun, and he's weird, and he's great, and he sprints after he wins. So, we're going to have to fly the flag for Classics there.
Yeah, how dare you.
Yeah.
I'd agree that he is slow, in all fairness.
Yeah, God.
Yeah,
unless he's playing
yeah.
poker, he's quick as fuck thinking there.
Yeah, have you
All
seen that
sorts.
Classics is like raking in a poker?
I have. Did you see the car he's getting?
No.
I haven't.
Oh my, I'll link
Okay,
it
get a
in the chat.
picture. God, Classics is like living. Fuck Rocket League.
Exactly.
Like, he is living the actual life. Because I just see that on his Instagram, he's just posting like fat stacks.
I love it.
Jesus
oh my God, that's a
Christ!
proper car.
Yeah.
I'm retweeting that.
I apparently liked this tweet.
Did you?
I didn't.
Look at the inside.
I don't remember.
Oh my God.
Oh, for anybody doesn't know, this is our Classics tweet. Just ordered my dream car today, C8 2020 Corvette. I'm so fucking excited. It's going to be an agonizing wait until February, March when I can finally get my hands on it. Dreams do come true if you try hard enough. It's like a gorgeous supercar. Like, it's a Corvette. Yeah. It's electric blue on the inside. Look at Classics in the third picture.
The sad thing is, he's not going to go over 60 miles per hour in it because he's so slow.
Oh, my God, what? Wow, I want to be... Fuck. I want
want it to be classics as well. He's
Can
brilliant.
we do an episode with classics at some
Yeah,
point?
let's do it. Talk about poker and stuff.
Yeah, that seems exciting. So we're talking about you being all toxic and that.
Yes.
And the other toxic jokey person is Turbo. And I always feel that when you two are playing each other in any match, there's just any little win you can get over each other is the biggest thing in that game. Like if somebody beats the other to the ball, I always think one of them is just smiling now because they just did that. Or like when so at one point you went so out your way to get a demo on Turbo when you were like 3-0 up or something in one game. You went for that. You love sniping at each other on Twitter. How badly do you want to beat NRG at LAN and be able to look him in the face?
There isn't a team that I want to beat more. Like, that is the team to beat. And we'll be, like, scrimming, because obviously all the pro teams scrim each other. And if I, like, me or Turbo, like, he'll beat me to the ball and he'll, like, quick chat spam me. Or, like, vice versa. Or he'll beat me to the ball and score on me, and he'll, like, hold his voice chat button down and start screaming at me.
You do voice
just, like,
chat
joking
stuff? Oh,
stuff.
that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been in a Rocket League game and had someone troll me over voice chat. Obviously, text chat all the time. And I actually think that text chat, and this could be a controversial statement, I think that text chat, quick chat, should be enabled for broadcasts in competitive Rocket League, because I'd love to see that happen.
I don't know if you guys knew about this, but the Ghost and EG regional match of season 6, I think, EG was quick chat spamming Ghost the whole time, and it ended up going on Twitter. Lethamir ended up posting about it, and he was like, "This is extremely unprofessional." Blah 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 blah. And I was like,
"No, I love it."
Yeah,
I
love
think
it.
that adds so much.
It was awesome.
Me too.
Like in other esports, so me and Cole both watch CS:GO as well, and whenever
I love CS.
Oh, good man. Who do you support?
I'm in EG slash ATK. I don't know if you know them. They just hit top 30.
Yeah, no, ATK.
No, I know
ATK,
EG, obviously.
and then Complexity as well. Those are like my 3 favorite teams.
I'm look at my hoodie. I'm a fanatic.
Wait.
I'm a fanatic
Okay,
fan.
they're looking good now.
They're
so.
looking
Fnatic
real
are
good.
beautiful. It's lovely.
After being shitters for a while, they're actually decent.
Crims is like 30 years old, and he has the reaction speed of like a 14-year-old.
It's crazy.
It's incredible.
It's, like, unbelievable.
But then I wouldn't say that CS:GO is the most toxic friendly of esports. Maybe you've got an example or two that I haven't thought of. Something.
I was just going to say that whenever something is typed in chat, it's never shown on broadcast, but 9 times out of 10, as far as I know, it's mentioned. Like they say,
I see.
the other day
so the
there
casters can
was,
see it.
yeah, they said it in one of the matches that went on, and somebody hit a 6 shot, and it was when FaZe were playing, I think, and they said that one of the players reacted to it and just said, "What the fuck was that?" And like they like read out the message that was said, which was quite fun. But yeah, I know Cole.
That's so funny.
Cole, you're into your more toxic esports.
Well, I'm not into COD necessarily, right? But Call of Duty is an esport that I've written about professionally quite a lot, and that is sort of founded upon toxicity. There was this team called Farico Impact.
COD.
Do you know COD? Do you know Farico Impact? Like Killer, Karma?
I do not. I follow it a lot now with the CDL, and I'm kind of friends with Zero, if you knew him from FaZe. He's on New York now.
I met a lot of the
kind of
FaZe players,
friends.
but I don't know Zero.
Yeah.
But this scene, basically, it was blown apart by this team called Farico Impact, and they were beyond toxic. There's footage on YouTube, 2 of them especially, Killer and Karma is now still a relevant player, just was on the Optic team before they disbanded. And they were like in their opponents' faces. They were sort of screaming like, "That's why you got dropped!" But like properly aggressive. It wasn't sort of like fun online banterous aggressive. It was really going for the throat. These guys were crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine Scrub Killer against, I don't know, fucking Astral doing that. I can't see Rocket League suiting it at all. So if you sort of found an angle where there's a character missing, what we in the UK would call a pantomime villain, I think.
Yeah, me and Sipical, obviously you guys know who Sipical is. We were talking about that a few days ago, but like how COD, there's so many opportunities where you can just like scream at the other team. Like you gun down like 3 of them to like clutch up, and like you can just go off. But in Rocket League, it's like you beat them to the ball. Like what are you supposed to scream?
Fair.
You can just beat them to the ball, and then just above the monitor, just middle finger.
Yeah.
Right, you can put it in the camera and the webcams that are on you, and like DreamHacks and stuff.
At one point, Classics
Good
stood
idea.
up during a match when he scored and screamed at the other team at a LAN. I think it was an RLCS. It might have been like...
I did that at Montreal.
I know that you bloody got on the desk, which we'll get into later. Mr. Health and Safety Violation himself.
Someone in a suit was having a heart attack when you did that.
Because I posted the tweet with that GIF attached to it. And one of the Dreamhack employees behind is like sort of got their hand behind you, like, please don't fall, just don't fall. But I remember Classic on point standing up and screaming over his monitor towards whatever team he was playing at the time, and that was amazing. Are you going to do anything as big as that at LAN, or are you going to wait until the game is over and then go big?
Oh, I'm shooting for bigger. You guys are gonna have to wait until LAN, but I got some ideas.
Oh God!
Can you give us a sneak peek, or are you keeping it completely under wraps?
No sneak peeks yet.
All right.
God.
All right. So
was
DreamHack the first LAN that you'd been to?
No, I competed at DreamHack Dallas with Gyro and Arsenal. We went out day 2, lost to C9 in a close game 5, and then lost to Rogue because we were tilted out of our minds. But I mean, that was a fun LAN. It was a first LAN, so we weren't expecting much. Day 2 was alright.
You never been to an RLCS as a fan?
I have not. Yeah, Vegas.
You were in Vegas.
I was at Vegas. I was hanging out with Gyro, actually,
Oh,
who
man.
I wasn't teamed with yet. And Mala, who's our sub now, he's an RLRS player. Prime Thunder a bit.
Oh yeah, I like Pride.
Yeah, we had a bunch of guys there. It was a lot of fun.
Me and Cole at Vegas, we were allowed to go on stage and throw a load of t-shirts out to people.
That's awesome.
Did we end up throwing t-shirt at you at all, or did we completely miss it?
I did not get a t-shirt.
Fuck.
Sadly.
Damn it. Well, I'd like to think that.
And I was in the popular one too. What was it, 104?
Yeah.
Or 110?
Yeah,
104,
Which one
yeah.
was Vegas?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we're doing more chanting at RLCS in Madrid. So we'll get some Retals based chants.
All right, I'm excited.
You have to go big for us.
If we were to chant, Retals give us a wave, Retals give us a wave, would you give us a wave?
Oh, I'll blow you a kiss.
Oh, Retals. Well, you're now going to hear Retals blow us a kiss.
I'm not ES16. I don't really want to.
I'm going to shout, Retals, kiss me, kiss my lips.
I'll
Retals,
wave.
Kiss my lips. I'm going to quickly divert. So we were speaking, obviously, about the RLCS, and about LANs and whatever. And right before this season of RLCS, it was 3 days before I checked, and the Pittsburgh Knights ended up picking up the Peeps. That was a huge pickup. Because everybody basically thought you would still win the Peeps in League play. There was no real hint other than a few sort of seemingly jokey, changing your name on Steam to
Retals.
EU Retals and stuff like that. Was there actually a chance you were going to go with another org and it ended up being Pittsburgh Knights, or was it just always Pittsburgh Knights?
So we talked to a few before we signed. We talked to Liquid. We talked to United. Luminosity hit us up.
Wow.
Tempo Storm, Golden Guardians.
God, you're just name dropping.
These are big names, Retals.
So the Liquid one.
Just say Liquid and then move on.
Yeah, right?
All right. So Liquid, I talked to Tefis a little bit. He was an awesome guy, but they're just not exactly ready to get in yet. Rocket League has a few things that missing out on that they want before they think about it.
Okay.
United, I talked to Burns quite a bit. We talked to him, and he said if you guys were willing to stay unsigned for the majority of the season, you guys ended up finishing top 6, then there would be a possibility that we'd sign you, and we just wanted to be signed with an org during the season. So X on them as well. And then Luminosity, Tempo, and Golden Guardians were all the day of DreamHack, right after DreamHack, right after we won, and we already signed with Knights by then, so none of those were possible. We had signed to Knights around 2 weeks before Montreal.
Why was it that you didn't announce it or anything then?
They didn't announce because they wanted Wiz Khalifa to retweet it.
What a weird world we live in.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
We don't want to announce this new shiny toy that we've bought, essentially, because we want someone to retweet it. And what? Presumably they refused or something.
And they needed a little bit more time or something.
Because he did end up
It was a mess.
retweeting it, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, I remember that because people
that's
posted
good.
to our Discord. And we're like, fucking Wiz
Yeah.
Khalifa. And I was like,
Yeah.
who? And people told me who it was because I'm apparently a fucking boomer.
Rapper or
I was
something.
like, oh, okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
he's a huge artist.
Huge artist.
Yeah.
Exactly, Stumpy.
He's got
Sorry,
what,
Cole, don't try.
40 million on Twitter or
Some of
something.
the kids.
That's pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, that's a good retweet
Yeah.
to wait for. Is he an
Yeah.
investor with them then, I presume?
He is. He is a investor with the Knights. So is a huge NFL team here, Pittsburgh Steelers,
Mhm.
Okay.
and a Pittsburgh Penguins hockey player as well.
Well, Stumpy and I are actually massive fans of Wiz Khalifa and the Pittsburgh Penguins, so if you can get us a little one-on-one
Oh, yeah, of
meeting,
course.
that'd
So you
be
can hook
great.
us up with big Wazilium Khalifa.
Yeah.
Is his full name Wazilium? I presume it is. I don't want to call him his nickname. We're not that close yet. I'll call him Mr. Khalifa.
So, like, other than the celebrity endorsements, the huge ones, the Wiz Khalifas of this world, what's Pittsburgh Knights like as an org? Like, how much do they support you?
So we really do love the Knights guys. We
Good.
went out to Pittsburgh probably 3-ish weeks after Montreal, and we did a bunch of interviews, did a bunch of videos, bunch of pictures, everything. We went to a Steelers game the night before we left, and they were really supportive. We like those guys a lot. So it was good. We picked the right org.
So you were saying about the fact that they did a load of videos and stuff with you guys. They obviously have a focus on content. Like a load of stuff's been coming out on Twitter. There's been those videos you guys reacting to like mean comments or feeling about in the mystery boxes, which by the way, you were all terrible at that. And you were so scared of like nothing happened and you screamed like a bitch.
All right. So Garrett, who's the general manager for the Knights, kept telling me he was going to put like a snake in there. And I am deathly terrified of snakes, right?
Okay.
And so the first one was the cat. And I just had my hand in there, and it moved, and it hit my hand, and I shit myself.
It's a furry snake.
I was so no, okay. I didn't think about the fur. I just thought about it moving in there, and it was so bad. I'd never want to relive that.
Like, was it genuinely? Like, were you actually then scared that the thought that it might be
I
a
was
snake?
terrified.
Oh man.
Like actually terrified.
What about the others? Do they have phobias?
I don't think so.
You need to find them. It's important to know your teammates'
I do.
weaknesses.
Yeah, so you can exploit them.
Exactly.
Oh, Mist.
Oh.
Mist is a pussy. Mist is scared of. No. Mist is scared of quite literally everything.
That's our Twitter like quote that we have. Mist is a pussy.
No, Mist is scared. We were playing GTA, and we were playing this haunted house mini game, and so it was me, a guy named Plip, and none of you guys know Ty Not Tyler, and Mist. And Ty was like the killer / like hunter guy, and he was like joking. He was like, "Miss, look behind you, Miss, look behind you." Miss screamed, "I'm not looking behind me," and then disconnected from the game.
In GTA.
Fucking hell. So, is there anything that you guys wouldn't do for a video? Like, I imagine yours is you wouldn't do like a snake thing.
Miss wouldn't go into a haunted house, presumably.
Yeah.
Well, that is actually one of the things we did, and he was terrified the whole time.
Oh my god, that's exciting. So you straight out you wouldn't do anything with snakes, even like a handler there, a little snake. They'd be like, oh, here's a little snake.
Nothing.
Do you have a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in the US?
I don't.
They send a bunch of B tier celebrities to the Australian jungle. But yeah, so like really low tier celebs. It's the Australian jungle, and they do these things called bush tucker trials, where it's things like they have to eat a witch tea grub, which is like a big fat wormy thing,
like a juicy, and like you bite it, it literally like squelches out and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a pussy squelch.
That's so gross.
And they have to they put their head in a box, and the box is full of locusts and
or a glass
maggots.
coffin, like literally a glass coffin full of spiders.
Yeah,
like
this
by the way is to earn meals so they can eat.
Yeah,
like it's intense.
Or else they get to eat like plain rice all day, and if they do this, and they get like toilet paper and I don't know, some pepper.
It's pretty mean.
Yeah, it's like to be the future. If you go to online school and the whole Rocket League thing doesn't work out, then you could be bush tucker trialing this time.
Yeah, you'd have to like eat a snake or whatever. Would you eat snake if it was like prepared for you nicely? You don't have to hunt it, but
absolutely not.
You just wouldn't eat it. You're that scared. You wouldn't eat your enemy.
No, I just. Ugh,
well,
God, they're so bad. I hate them.
We've had an idea for something that you may do. So you're quickly becoming a little bit of not a bad boy of Rocket League, but certainly a little bit of a toxic boy of Rocket League. So we've come up with an idea for some content that maybe Pittsburgh Knights could download and put out themselves. We'll let them have the credit, but we just wanted to sort of hear this happen. So what we want you to do is to say something nice about the following players and teams. Okay? So we want, you to say a few nice words about, let's start off with Turbopolsa.
Just a couple of nice things.
Yeah.
Turbopolsa is the 24th fastest player in NA.
No, that doesn't count. No,
that's not. No,
we want genuinely nice.
Yes, come on.
Okay. Turbo is a great LAN player, and he is the best historically LAN player in the history of Rocket League.
I can see how much that hurts you, so let's do another one.
It really did.
Ghost Gaming. Say something nice about them.
Memory. I like memory.
No, it has to be about Ghost Gaming, not just you like memory.
You know, I feel bad because they just lost in 2 best-of-7 or 2 game 7s to make RLCS. So like,
Okay, so lift them up. Lift them up. Give them something nice.
Ghost Gaming is a great team that shouldn't put their heads down and grind for next season.
That's nice.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
CJ.
CJ is in a region that can't hit the ball, but he does it half the time he jumps.
Okay, tell you what, that's very fair for OCE.
Yeah.
we don't need to go too far.
No.
Cloud9. Something nice about them.
Cloud9 trolled in scrims for a year and a half, and they still managed to win 2 games.
Bear in mind, Torment's mum listens to this podcast. She loves it.
Torment is the one that I do like.
Oh, that's handy.
That's very nice. Astral.
Oh God.
Something nice.
Astral is very mechanically gifted.
Okay. That's, again, right, you're doing well here. Now, this might be the hardest one of them all. You need to
Don't say speed.
You need to say something nice about r/Rocket League Esports users.
Oh God.
Just one thing nice about them.
This is like impossible. I don't know. Rocket League Esports is very good about talking about me.
Okay.
That's about all they're good at.
Cool. Well, that's nice free content. You're welcome, Pittsburgh Knights, at Subparbit in HD. There we are.
Get Wiz Khalifa to tweet out one of our streams. Or a tutorial, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that'd be nice. I have a tutorial, lol. So now that we've gone through the hard stuff, let's talk about something nice and easy. And just a little bit of the way that you guys got through league play and then how we ended up in regionals. So we've already spoken about week 1 where you guys lost to Ghost. And it was a case of, it was just being rookies. It was a lot of pressure. You didn't know what was going on. In weeks 2 and 3, though, you then faced Cloud9 and then G2 and beat them both. What was the mentality then coming out of week 3, knowing that you'd already taken down 2 of the big 3 in NA?
So C9 was the first one. We weren't expecting to beat C9. C9 is a team we usually do struggle against. And after we beat them in a reverse sweep, we just felt like we could do anything. We are going into week 3 against G2, who's a team that we almost always beat in scrims or tournament or whatever it is. So we were just beyond confident, and I mean, that showed. We swept them pretty easily.
I remember predicting ahead of week 2, and I'm going to use the exact wording that I used on stream when we were doing our predictions. I thought that Pittsburgh Knights were going to be taken back down to earth with a bump against Cloud9. I did not yet believe in the hype that you guys were going to stay to the high standards that you'd set yourselves. And I'm sure you read a lot of comments saying something similar before that time.
I read literally every Reddit comment that has Knights or Retals in it.
Was it idiots like us making bad decisions that sort of spurred you on? Are you someone who likes to prove people wrong?
Oh yeah, right? That's like one of the best parts about Rocket League, especially playing like the popular teams like G2 or C9 is like, this is their season to win LAN, and then they get swept by the low tier RLCS team, and it's like, oh, never mind.
I mean, you guys basically started their downfall, especially for Cloud9.
Oh, yeah, no,
like
we killed Cloud9.
Yeah, like it didn't go well for them after that. It was loss and loss and loss and loss. Do you think that you started that, and that was the first nail in the coffin?
I really do think after our series, they were just completely demotivated. And same with G2. After they had an almost perfect Montreal run, they destroyed everyone days 1 and 2. They looked good in day 3, beating NRG. And then after they say, hey, we're in the finals, we're going to win our first major, and we're playing a low-tier RLCS team, what can go wrong? And then we beat them in a game 7. Like, that has to hurt the mentality.
When Ghost did beat you in week 1, just going backwards in time for a little bit, was there any part of you at all, because I know you're a confident person, that's sort of your thing, that might have just thought, oh shit, we are going to slip. It was just a flash.
Fuck.
Or do you just not let yourself think that at all?
The only time I did think that was when we got swept by Space Station. That was the ugliest series that we've ever played.
So in
as
week
a team.
5, after already making the promo relegation, you thought, shit, we're trending downwards with Peeps.
Yeah.
I mean, it then went into week 4, where you then went against NRG, which was an incredible series viewer-wise.
Like,
it was amazing. That's the one where I was watching, and I just thought, every single action that Turbo and Retals have against each other, it's just like a little micro one-up. And you're just pushing, trying to get your head above water from each of you. But they ended up beating you guys 3-2. What how did you feel after that match, considering how close you got? Because you were the first guys really to make NRG bleed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the series I'm most proud of in league play. I thought that's the best I've played so far in RLCS, and losing 3-2 to Justin and others was pretty rough because we could have clinched top 2 then, and we wouldn't have had to play against Ghost. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a series that we needed to win. Taking 2 games was good for game differential, so we were happy with it.
Playing Justin must be so fucking scary. Like, every time he gets the ball, it's just unbelievable the shit he conjures up. Is it different to playing any other, even mechanical player? Is Justin just that cut above even someone who's known to be that sort of player?
Yeah, he's just the best player online, and there's no debate. Like, he is just terrifying to play against. He's so mechanical. He never has a bad first touch. It's just, it's awful.
Does it annoy you when he says he's in a slump on Twitter?
Oh, fuck.
God, that's the most annoying thing No, honestly, if I had Justin mechanics, I don't think I'd ever get off the game. Like, it'd just be so much fun.
It'd be so easy. Yeah. Just everything. Like, I've had a go at people's Twitter previously on this podcast, and Jesus Christ, it gets on my nerves so much when I just read that Justin says, I'm in a slump again. It's like, fuck off. No, you're not. You're really good at Rocket League.
Yeah.
So he was actually, when we were looking through the goals, the best goal of the season for league play, the top 2 came down to Justin's pass or Justin's shot. Like, his were just voted by our chat to just be easily the top 2 going. And it ended up going to his incredible corner read, where it was a pre-jump, where it like bounced in the corner.
Yeah.
And he was already
Utopia.
up from his half. He won himself 5 keys for that. So
5 whole keys.
Yeah, 5 keys, which he claimed earlier today, actually, Cole.
If you keep grinding, that could be you next season.
It could.
Very true. Very true. Good luck with that one, mate.
Actually, we should do one of those for LAN. We should do a best goal and give away 5 keys.
5's a bit steep, though. 3?
All right, because it's 4 games. And let's do 3.
Well,
Cool.
we can't afford 5 more keys, you know what I mean?
We can't.
Like, yeah, we're pretty poor nowadays.
I'll be rooting for you, Retals.
Yeah, I reckon you can do it, mate.
I appreciate it.
No worries, mate. So week 5, it then came to, and it was a 3-0 for Space Station. And you said that was an ugly series. Would you mind leading us through why it was so ugly? Because the result of that decided who went to LAN without going through regionals.
We were a little bit too confident going in. And when we're too confident, like very confident, we tend to play way too aggressive and give them free nets. And I'm trying to find the screenshot of the stat line because Mist played well. Me and Jared had a rough series. I'm pretty sure Mist averaged like 560 points a game, and me and Jared like 100.
Fucking hell, Mist.
Which one of you guys is the one to talk the other one out if they're struggling?
I would do that if anyone.
Okay, we're looking at these stats now.
God,
He
fucking
did literally
Christ.
Everything. Yeah.
Mist.
God, you guys are shit.
1,565
exactly.
total points. Retals, about 800. He got like
Gyro, 700.
much.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
It was
God.
rough. And Sipical was playing the best he's played, and he deserved the MVP this season. So we were a little bit upset about it, but I mean,
You guys
we were
made it
confident
anyway.
for regionals. We did.
And it could be argued that it was a good time to have that happen as well. I mean, you'd already guaranteed your place in the NA regional qualifiers at the very least. You weren't coming bottom 2. If there was ever a moment in your season where you could take a hit and really be taken down a peg or 2 by Space Station Gaming, fellow RLRS qualifiers, that was probably the one. And I guess that's how you look back on it, right? You say, look, guys, we were shit. Good timing to be shit. Let's be better again next week. And you were.
Yeah, that was basically word for word for what we said after the series.
I'll be a coach.
No,
You can
don't
do
leave-
it.
Train
don't
you
leave
guys
me.
up.
Don't leave
No,
me,
it's all
Cole.
good.
Don't leave me. Cole,
No,
please
I'm
don't fucking
gonna.
leave me.
Do you know that Peeps? I remember telling you guys and Stumpy on our Facebook group that the
Go on.
Peeps followed at Emilcom93 the day of their DreamHack victory. The Peeps Twitter account. I don't know
Bloody
who
hell.
controls it. They follow 8 people. They've unfollowed me since, but I remember pasting a screenshot in our Facebook group. Do you know who controls
So you want to
that?
hear the story behind that?
What's the
Definitely.
story? Holy shit.
I have the Peeps account on my phone and mine as well. And I saw you comment something, and I thought I was on my account, but I was on the Peeps one, where I only follow the players. And I was like, wow, I'm not following you. So I pressed the follow button. I was like, oh, I'm on the Peeps account, so I unfollowed you.
The amount of times that I because I'm also logged into my account and the Subpar account on my phone, and the amount of times that like Cole will do a tweet of something, then I get a notification for it, like for somebody liking it, and I click through and I'm like, that's a good tweet. Then I like it as Subpar. So then Subpar has then liked its own tweet, and then like people reply like saying, "Why have you liked it again?" And it's like, no, I've just fucked up. I'm so sorry.
Dazarin called us out on that.
He did the cheeky shit.
Yeah, he did. He was like, it's terrible when Subpar likes and retweets its own stuff. It's like, one, it's an accident. Two, our tweets are that good that fair play. You know, if you pay something that good, you want to
see him
retweet
twice.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
You're
that.
welcome.
I get it.
Twitter.
I respect it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So moving on to regionals, where you guys did find yourselves playing just one match, then get through. You came up against Ghost. That was a 3-4. Ended up obviously beating them. And then it was 4-2 versus Space Station. So you took down the two teams that had beaten you thus far. And then it was time to face NRG, where anyone up on Turbo is the greatest thing in the world. And they, quite frankly, absolutely fucking slapped you.
Yeah, that was a little humbling. That's actually the best I think I've seen Garrett play.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett was phenomenal. And
What about Turbo?
I don't really think we could have done anything else. Like we played fine, we played good, and it was bad. Turbo just played, the easy role. He just sat back, sat in net, boomed the ball to Justin and Garrett.
I mean, if that's the game plan, end of the day, like if you have Justin and Garrett up the top, if Garrett's playing out of his mind and Justin is obviously not in a slump, I feel like anybody would be in their good mind to then just be sitting in net, play the Gibbs role, just boom it up.
It's disappointing, to say the least, to get forward, obviously. But at least it was energy, right?
Yeah.
Retals, as your coach, I've also got some words of wisdom for you. So you'd gone through two grueling best of sevens. First against Ghost Gaming, a nail-biting 4-3 victory. And then a pretty comfortable good performance against Space Station Gaming, beating them 4-2. And then you lost 4-0 in your third best of seven. If we hop on over to EU, you'll notice that Renault Vitality smashed Mousesports 4-0. Then they had a grueling victory against Veloce Esports 4-3, almost reverse swept. And then in their final game, their third best of seven in a row, they lost 4-0 as well.
They got swept.
So you were just knackered, lads. Don't you worry about it. It's all good, man.
Basically, I'm Fairy Peak and K-Dop. So like
and K-Dop. Your Fairy Peak and
both
K-Dop.
of them combined with their skills.
No scrub?
No scrub. Scrub's ass.
Scrubs. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't want to be scrubbed.
Do you get to watch much of EU?
I watch most of EU, especially regionals. I watched every game. I think I only watched because I was gonna see who else playing during LAN, but it is definitely more interesting when you're actually playing these teams and not just watching.
The only time you guys have actually played them would have been at the two DreamHacks you've been at, and even then you wouldn't have obviously played all of them. Is there any team right now you're looking at that have made out of Veloce, Vitality, Reciprocity, or Dignitas that you are either really confident about taking on and think, you know what, actually, yeah, we are a step above them, we can take them down, or you're thinking, fuck, please, let's just try and avoid them until the latest possible moment?
Surprisingly, the one team we are kind of scared of is Dignitas.
Okay.
Who is the team we have to play. We played them at Montreal, and they are just the most unpredictable team. Yukio will hit a quadruple touch flip reset, and then he'll whiff a rolling ball. Astral will score like a quadruple flip reset, call himself shit, and then do it again. It's just like, they're really hard to play against. You don't really know what they're doing, so it's rough.
It reminds me of like when you're in, you probably won't remember this, but the Champ 3 Grand Champ divide, where every player is good enough to hit Grand Champ, but not good enough to be in Grand Champ at all times. And most of the game, they're solid. You know, they'll make a few pointless touches, but most of the time, you know, they'll hit the ball in the heart of it. And then suddenly, one person misses it, and then the next person misses it. 4 people have missed, and the ball ends up in your own net. I firmly believe that it's an underutilized tactic to whiff the ball. I think it could be the next new meta.
I think you could be right. There's a lot of teams that are jumping up for a ball and then screaming, "I'm faking it," and the other person just under them just hits it in.
Is it starting
and
to
it's
happen?
like, it's starting to happen, and it's
that.
kind of scary because I'm scared that the meta is gonna go from just whiffing the ball to winning like games. Like that should never be happening. Like I don't really understand it.
I like
but,
that.
I mean, it's yeah. So you can finally go pro.
Hey!
Oh, Cole, he said Cole.
Yeah,
you can finally
did
go
say
pro.
Cole.
Talking to his coach, that's fine. Sorry, can
Fuck off. Fuck you, Cole. I'll fucking win probably. Oh, so happy. So you don't want to play Dignitas because they're the scary the scary, unpredictable team. Because Yukio,
Right.
like you said, there's one point where he had a decently open net. Like, it didn't hurt them in the end.
Oh, yeah.
Really. He had a decently open net, and he had the lightest touch. Like, it was... He just sort of tapped it towards the goal, and then I'm pretty sure it then ended up being a counter. I think it was against Reciprocity, actually, maybe. But they had a decent run through. I didn't personally believe that they would beat Mousesports, but they seem to be the perfect counter to Mousesports, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Are you happy that Mouse hasn't made it? Because you would have been also worried about them because they're relatively unpredictable as well?
Mouse is probably a team. They would be the team to beat for us. We're pretty good against Mouse. They're just, I don't know. It's such a weird team because Speed can pop off at any time. When he's on, he's one of the best players in the world, like WSOE. Yeah. Game 3 and forward, yeah, of course. But so I'm not really sure. I'm kind of upset they didn't make it because I'm close with those guys. But I don't really know. They're also a weird team.
I think what's coming across throughout this sort of podcast is that you are, above all else, a pure lover of Rocket League. If you say you put all your time into it and you were good, but you never had that ability to go pro, do you think that you'd still watch it every single week? Would you be there tuning in to see Leaf's intro and being there till the end? Or do you think if you couldn't make it, it would frustrate you too much and you wouldn't be able to sort of enjoy it as much as you could?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I've thought about it, and it's like, if I wasn't pro, like, would I still play the game? And I obviously wouldn't sink as much time into it as I have, but I think I would still watch RLCS and watch, like, a few of my friends, like, play and their LAN performances and everything. So, yeah, I do think I still would play.
We talked about it last week with Kronovi, where in RLCS Season 5, when players one by one started to go out, they joined us in Section 104. And I think it's lovely that, even though you're competing for money and even though it's pride and all that rubbish, there is still a beating heart for these players towards the game. And I hope that, if you do happen to go out RLCS, there'll be a place for you somewhere in, what's it called? Section C this time.
Section C, the C sections.
The C.
I will make sure to come on over.
Hey, tell you what, even if you win, come join us for the post.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That'd be nice. Well, we're getting a slushie anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah. When are we doing that?
I don't know. We need to find one because I'm having a barbecue with Panda. I'm having to book everybody in now. I'm having a barbecue with Panda at one point. Cole's having crumpets with a lot. Oh yeah. I think.
Okay. There's a lot going.
He's not, but Cole will buy my ticket. That'll be nice. Yeah, Cole will get a plane ticket, and then me and you are having a slushie.
Yeah.
You said you wanted lemonade slushie. I have never seen a lemonade slushie. Cole, have you? Is that? Or is that just me missing out on this?
Is it like an American
thing? It's a thing in America. It is a thing in America.
I have. McDonald's do one. McDonald's do a raspberry and lemonade. It's not like a slush puppy slushie, but it's like a frozen...
Like a frozen drink.
Yeah. It's really good, actually. It's really flavourful. I recommend it.
They are pretty good.
Could you get one from this McDonald's and bring it over to Madrid for Retals?
I imagine they'll have it in McDonald's in Madrid, mate. They might not, ultimately.
Exactly, that's the risk.
I bet they will.
I wouldn't take that risk. I'd bring it over.
I've only ever seen the red and the blue one. And also Tango do their thing, don't they? Where it's like pink and orange. Well, Rocket League is done. That's that finished.
There's one more thing I want to ask about, actually.
Okay.
Your game against Ghost. There was a screenshot that you put onto your, I think it's the RL Esports Discord.
Yeah.
Of you saying, these guys got fourth. What the fuck? When you were typing that, you type it all out, you look up at your screen, you see Retals : these guys got fourth, what the fuck, and you're hovering over the enter key. Was there any part of you that thought, don't press the enter key?
Not worth it.
No, not a single part of me.
Because you've also, in the middle of one of the series, you liked and then replied to my tweet. And then I think you ended up losing that series. I think that was against NRG, and you said game 5 Peeps game or game 5 Knights game, and then you lost it.
That one was rough.
And then after that, my notifications just died because everybody replied to that. Tournament replied saying, "You are officially now the new classic."
Yeah, that is not exactly the title I was looking for, but so it was deserved after that one.
I get the Discord thing especially, though. Like, to me, so we've got our own Discord. And I always fall into the trap of thinking that's like a private thing with my mates. I always forget that is a public Discord. There could be anyone looking at that, even people who don't like Stumpy and me, who literally hate us and follow it for ammo. There's every chance they could be looking at everything I'm typing out. Is that sort of the mindset that you had? Because I know that you're very close to a lot of the, I think it's the RL Esports Discord, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm really good friends with a bunch of those guys, and I mean, I kind of just typed it in the moment. I think I would do it again. I don't really. It's all just jokes. Like, I'm pretty close with Illusion and Atomic. We're kind of friends. So I mean, I know they're not very upset about it, and also. I think I did that after goal 3, and after goal 4, I alt-tabbed, joined the voice chat, screamed "Let's fucking go," and then joined the Peeps chat, and then alt-tabbed back into my Rocket League mid-game.
Did you really?
Wait, you joined a viewing party chat? Or you joined...
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The viewing party chat.
And that was only at 4-0?
Yeah.
How long was left?
3.5 minutes.
Oh, for
probably.
fuck's sake, you could lose that!
Yeah.
You could lose that!
Well, I mean, after your NRG game in the grand finals where you got bitch slapped by them 4-0,
Yeah.
Turbo then tweeted saying these guys got third ? WTF. Any thoughts on that?
I was ready for something, and I'm just glad it was something as soft as that, not too much.
Do you think he can do better?
He could have gone harder with that.
He definitely could have gone harder.
He's a sweet man, is Turbo, bless him.
I mean, between us, and I promise I will cut this bit if I remember and I can be bothered. Did it make you cry? Turbo tweeted that?
It did not make me cry.
Okay.
It made me a little upset,
Okay.
but it was deserved.
Do you want us to have a word with Turbo? Tell him to stop being mean to you.
Yeah, I would like that,
Yes,
actually.
yeah.
Please.
I'm quite a big bloke, so I can
Something
sort
I
of-
will.
Yeah, I can have a go and I'll push him.
You guys
on
be
the
my
floor.
bodyguards at LAN.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, when a Cole will be, I'll be off.
Stumpy's my bodyguard. I'll be yours, and Stumpy can cover me.
It's like a Russian nesting doll of bodyguards. You can bodyguard a rabbit or something, Retals. That'd be nice.
Of course. Chaussette, maybe.
Sure set. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, that's sweet.
Or AJ. No, he's not going. Shit.
Or
who else is
Sipical.
going?
Have you guys seen Sipical?
No.
No, is he mini?
He's like 5'4". Yeah, he's
Hang
short.
on. Typical. I've
Okay,
literally never
so you
seen
can
him.
protect Typical.
Hang on. Oh,
I can
oh
protect
look
Sipical.
at him. He's
Let's
so
have a look.
small.
He's a little
He
baby.
looks like he's made of porcelain. Oh, bless him. I will. Oh yeah. I want to bodyguard him as well, though. I'll bodyguard everybody. There he is. Look at him.
He looks like a baby Farah.
He does. Is that Gregan in the background? That's a
It
vitality
is.
top.
That's at Leipzig.
And Rizzo.
That was at Leipzig.
Sathu.
Yep. And Sathu next to him. Yep.
Oh, mate, I'm seeing all these people. Oh, look at him. Isn't he a little switch being sent selfies now?
His space station gear.
Oh, look at him. He's so sweet.
Are you guys all quite close at Lands then?
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Knights crew and the rest of them.
Us, all of SSG, minus kind of AXB. I mean, we talk to him. We're kind of friends, but me, Gyro, Arsenal, Sipical, Roldes, all talk probably 4 hours every day.
Oh.
We're all in the same
Aw.
Discord. We're really close friends. So all 3 of our teams made it. It was
That's so
crazy.
good.
When Roldes' team made it, United, there were about probably 16 of us in Discord. And Roldes and Hawks both joined, and everyone just started screaming. It was awesome.
Oh, that's brilliant. Because then, let me get this right. So a lot of you guys, you're not just friends, you're former teammates as well. So you've literally risen through the ranks together.
Yeah.
A year ago, did you think this would happen at all?
Oh, no, not at all. So out of those 5 or 6 players, I've teamed with more than half of them. I teamed with Roldes, teamed with Arsenal, Gyro, Sipical, almost, kind of.
Oh.
And, I mean, yeah, it's fun. A bunch of us met through Rank X and Rank A back
Okay.
when we were all grinding through 6-mans, and then we made a Discord, and it's a lot of fun.
So I think it was my first time even seeing anything to do with Roldes, really. I saw him at LANs, like bits and bobs, but his interview when they ended up making it on RL, on RLCS broadcast, it has made me love the man. Like, he was
everyone
so
loves Roldes.
happy. Cole, did you see the interview?
No, I don't know what
He was
what you're getting
just the happiest person ever. He was like a puppy. Like, he was just pleased. He was just beaming and just like, I'm just so excited just to be there. And Leaf was like, Laura, I'll get you off to celebrate. What are you doing tonight? And he goes, I'm going to be a grandpa. I'm going to bed. I've got stuff to do tomorrow. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I did see
so-
that. Yes, no, I remember that. Yeah,
The
no, I do remember that,
backstory
actually.
behind that is he had military stuff at 5 in the morning the day after that. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he's done in a few months, I think, with military. And after they made LAN, he was able to quit his job and do Rocket League full time.
Oh,
That's why he was so happy about it.
so that
Yeah.
was
that's
was that the
crazy.
final nail in the coffin for him to then be able to move
Yeah.
on?
When he got signed by E United, he was like thinking about it on the border, talking to friends and family, and then they made LAN. He was like, "Yep, I'm ready to do it." So happy, good for him.
Because I mean,
love
if you make LAN, it's not just the chance of winning money at LAN itself. It's also the fact that you're nailed on to be competing in the LCS again next season. It basically gives you future proofing for a good year or so, just making it once.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he also, looking at his Wikipedia page, he's one of the older guys. He's 23.
He's an old man.
Yeah,
we all make fun of him for being old. Don't worry.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Those fucking oldies, with their hairlines and their backs.
Cole, how much younger is Roll Diz than you?
Younger.
2 years younger?
Nah, I'm 26, mate. I was a decade when Retals was conceived.
Good lord.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I'm clinging on to esportsness.
God, how are we allowed in this scene?
I don't know, mate. It's weird.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think someone should report that. But before they do that, we have some quick fire Twitter questions. We can.
All right.
So these need to be answered nice and quick, nice and concisely. But if they go on a little bit, that's fine. All right, you ready?
Got it.
Okay. The first question is from Terziak. Are there any teams you wish were going to LAN?
Mouse.
Okay, good answer.
That's about it. Love speed.
Will the Knights have a unique walkout at LAN from rlstats_.gg? And also, expectations are high for you to have some of the best walkouts at LAN. Can you give us an idea or any ideas you've been thinking about?
Completely honest, we haven't even talked about it yet. There probably will be something, but that'll be determined probably soon.
Good man. Do you see yourself holding that trophy from the Geese 1337?
Of course, I do think we have one of the highest chances of winning LAN, so I'm excited for it.
Will you actually enjoy a nice slushy with Stumpy from @Lucky?
I will love that slushy.
Oh, God, I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. What do you think about your group opponents? Dignitas, Three Sins, Reciprocity, Canberra, Havoc, and Space Station from ICBRL. Just focus on one of those teams if you want.
I'm confident that we're the best team in that group. Rec is going to be the one that gives us the most trouble, but I do think we have the edge over them.
Right, I'm an old man. I'm going to presume that this is what the kids call an in-joke. What's 7 times 8 from @Macaulay Beard?
I also am not sure what exactly he's getting
Do
at.
it, quick.
56.
Did you just Google that? Because I have no idea if that's right.
I did not.
It is right.
I'm pretty
It
sure
is
it's right.
Okay,
It
Google.
is. Well done.
What's
It
7
is.
times 8?
I'm telling you it is. 56.
The answer is 56.
56, yeah, okay, it's 56. Alright, I'm just making
What is that voice?
That was Alexa.
No, it's Google Home.
Google Home.
What do you mean, what's that voice? Is that different to the American one?
That is very different.
Play it again.
Okay, Google. What's 7 times 8?
7 times 8 is 56.
It's got an accent.
No, you've got an accent.
It's English.
No, you have an accent.
Google Home is English. Change yours to English, mate. Do you have any Google Homes that you
No,
have? That's not a question.
I actually do.
Oh, cool. Change it to English.
Never.
Why do you think there isn't more friendly trash talk between pros from @MattyMoomoo?
I think a bunch of pros just are a little bit like scared that they're gonna end up teaming with someone they shit talk and it's gonna burn some bridges. But I feel like if more people did it, then it really wouldn't matter in the end, and people would be able to get over that stuff. So I don't really know.
Is there any fear from pushback from orgs, do you think?
Only if you go too far. And I mean, I don't think really anyone has even come close to that yet. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so speaking of friendly trash talk, why are you such a cocky piece of shit? From @NickCurse24.
I've always been pretty cocky and confident, and teaming with Gyro and Mist are two really confidence-based players. So if you start screaming and getting really hyped up, really riled up, it makes them play a lot better. So that's kind of been my motivation to do it.
Do you feel like, now that ROCS has portrayed you as this makeshift bad guy, when it comes to trash talking others, that you have to uphold that role, or is it all love behind the scenes from Citizen Tay?
I mean, I feel like there's no getting out of it now. So I mean, I'll keep it up.
Are there any pros that hate you because of your fun toxicity? From @JRL.
I don't think there's any that hate me. I know there's a few that dislike me, because of that, but I don't really know. Hope not.
Right, I hate this question. Right.
You got to do it. You got
Okay.
to perform it.
How does it How does it feel, thinking emoji, making RLCS 100 emoji and LAN 100 emoji 100 emoji, when 1 year or so ago you said your parents, white male emoji, white female emoji, didn't support the RL career muscle emoji 100 emoji at Pig Chaos?
So it's not that they didn't exactly support it, but it's just that they didn't really understand it. And it does feel really good that they support it now. So
Respect to Google Docs, by the way, for pasting in those emoji seamlessly.
Thank you,
That'd have been a big loss had they not made the cut.
I'm happy they did.
Sprightly Squirrel asks, Rocket League is hard. What's the most important step to go from player to pro? Also, how good is it going to feel when you smash NRG and Turbopolsa?
So the most important step probably is to realize that you're not as good as you think you are. You need to keep grinding. There's always going to be people better than you. And it's going to feel really good to beat Turbo at LAN.
What impact have your family/friends had on your RL career? From at Elizabeth Yerg 14.
Definitely a positive one. I have a lot of friends that at school, because I didn't tell anyone about Rocket League. I don't really talk about it in real life, and so there were a few people to find out about it after Montreal, and they've all been really supportive of it, so I'm happy.
That tweet, you've not reacted, that's from your mum.
That is from my mum.
I heard a little, I didn't realise
Yeah,
that.
that's from your mum.
that was a little giggle.
Oh, bless.
That's so cute. Okay, let's keep up the wholesome vibes. Will your family be at Madrid, and will they give the awesome pictures they gave us at Montreal? From at Campo V.
So my family will definitely be at Madrid. I'm not sure about the signs that they had at Montreal. I'll have to ask them.
How different do you think your life would be right now if Gyro didn't pick you up for the Peeps at Ferox?
Oh, God. I really don't know. I probably would have teamed with Roldes and the Chino that season.
Oof. God,
That was the team that I was trying out with.
Damage.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would be in RLCS, and definitely wouldn't be here in this interview, so.
What made you stand on the desk? From at Rise RL.
Okay, so you guys watch a lot of CS. You guys had to have seen the Stewie stand on the desk.
I have.
That was the motivation for it, definitely.
Copying Stewie.
Copying Stewie, the GOAT.
It's a hell of a statement. Like,
it is.
winning, just getting on desk and just like, yeah, I just won.
Signing the camera is the next plan.
I love they do that in CS because they always have a little protective plate like over the front.
Yeah.
It's really cute. People say I look like you. What do you think? From RL Jared. Now, unfortunately, we don't actually have the accompanying image for this tweet, so you're gonna have to guess if you look like him or not.
I do know what Jared looks like, and we look nothing alike. So, yeah.
How did you feel when Chicago said we are the best team? From at Falls RL.
I liked it. It put some pressure on him, as did it put some on us as well. So definitely welcoming to have comments like that before like a big grand finals match or such.
Explosive Gyro posted a question mark and a selfie in response to our tweet. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh God, Gyro is one of the weirdest / most wholesome people that I've ever met. So I'm really not surprised.
He looks so proud of himself in that picture.
Is there a pan in the background?
Yeah, it's like a big red
Oh,
pot.
God. So that picture was the first time anyone saw Gyro. One of his friends named Joe Freshness, who's an RLRS player, he leaked it. And he was really distraught that day. It was probably 2 years ago or so. That's the context behind that picture.
Is he quite a private person then?
He isn't anymore, but he was then.
So does he play in the kitchen? Is that what he was doing?
That was his old house, and yes, it's weird. It was like there was a second kitchen or something in his house, and that's where he had his computer. I don't know. It was weird.
His computer in his second kitchen.
Surely it would get full of like steam and rice and just.
No, then
like,
it cooked dry things in
actually.
there. That's the dry
I see.
kitchen. They do jerky and stuff.
That's why the pot's so important. It's actually
Exactly.
airtight.
Yeah.
It's like a $400 pot.
Yeah. Thank you, Retals, for this fantastic chat. I hope you enjoyed it.
Of course.
It was eye-opening to see why you are so fucking toxic. But actually, be a little sweetie in real life, which I'm excited for. Congratulations on making land. Congratulations, obviously, to your two teammates as well, to Mr. and Gyro. It was one of the most fun teams to watch in RLCS this season. I am so excited for the future of Pittsburgh Knights. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, you guys and NRG, the two teams from NA that I just love watching for various different reasons. So don't ever give up on the aggression meta, okay?
No, never,
if everyone else
never.
starts faking it, I want you to, even if it means you drop all the way through Rival Series down below, I want you to still be going for those demos. Okay? Do you promise me that? As your coach, look me in the eyes and promise me.
I can promise you that I will never stop bumping anyone.
Thank you.
Good man, respect. Guys, this is all obviously possible thanks to our patrons on Patreon. We actually got our first podcast Patreon the other day.
That's wild.
I know, which is mental. So thank you very much to that person. They're called Daniel. So cheers, Daniel. Might not have been Daniel, but we'll see. Thank you to him. Otherwise, guys, if you want to help us out on Patreon, patreon.com/subparp_in_HD. Even $1 gets you the early previews to these episodes. You get to hear them early. You get to see videos a little bit early. It's just nice little bits and bobs. And also exclusive channels in our Discord. But otherwise, thank you, Retals. And I'll see you in Madrid, mate.
All right, see you then.
All right.
Any final words, Retals, to your fans listening on at home? Or enemies?
Or enemies.
Mainly enemies.
Thank you, the fans, for supporting. And enemies, I will probably continue beating your favorite teams, so you should probably just support me now while you still have the chance.
Beautiful.
Respect. All right. Thank you. See you later, guys.
Thank you, man.
See ya.